What's up, guys? So welcome back to my channel. So it's been a minute since you guys have seen this white label hair wig that I have on, and so I thought finally, now that I've gotten a little used to it and gotten the hang of it, that I would finally give you guys my truthful and honest review after wearing the wig for maybe, what has it been, like a month now or something like that. But anyways, let's jump right into the review. So prior to this, I did a video on this wig when it was straight out the box, no cut, no color, no dyeing, nothing. Lace was still attached, everything. And I will leave the description for that down below so you can see the before. And then this is the after. So I'm gonna look up exactly what I got just to make sure. So I got a black 1B full lace wig from White Label Hair. And I got 130% density on the wig. And I believe in the last video we talked about how thick that meant that the wig was gonna be. So let's talk about thickness of the wig. So 130, so when I showed you guys before the wig, when nothing was done to it and it was still just fresh out the box, not straightened, just bare, the wig seemed fuller. So now that I've worn it and I've straightened it, and this is like all of the hair wrapped pretty much to one side. So it's very thin. This was my first time buying a wig online, so I was not sure what the density meant. I looked it up, but I kind of still was being cheap and was like, I'll just go with 130% density and just see how it works. And it seemed to work out up until the point that I straightened it. So I haven't put the hair back in its natural state since I got it. I've just kept it straight like this since it's been dyed. And so being that I had never ordered a wig before and I didn't know anything about densities, I feel like I kind of made a mistake just because it seems super thin. And because of the length, which this is a 20-inch, I believe, because of the length too, I feel like it starts to get thinner and thinner as it gets longer. So that's kind of like a downside for me. And so I got the wig cap in a medium, and that was kind of a fail because it started to stretch out from wearing it. And since I don't have previous knowledge of wigs before this, I wasn't aware of the fact that the wig is gonna stretch. So you should probably get a small, even if you need a medium, just so when it stretches and starts to like wrap around your head, it doesn't start to spread out and loosen up, which is what this wig is doing now. So I'm not really a fan of gluing down my frontals or my wigs, and once it usually comes up, I'm pretty much like, I'm not gluing it back up. I'm not gluing it. Like, I don't have time to be sitting there gluing this and trying to get the glue out of my hair. So, and because I do take the wig off every night and I don't keep it on my head every night, it's a lot harder to keep the wig secure on your head no matter how tight that you put the back of the net, because it's a medium and it's stretched out at this point. So it's not even super snug like how some of my other wigs are that I will review for you guys another time. But it's not as snug as I want it to be. So I kind of wish that maybe on the website they put for like new buyers or new beginners wearing wigs, maybe take into consideration that 130% density is very thin and that the wigs do stretch coloring. So as you can tell, when I got the wig, it was a 1B. And I told you guys I was gonna get my hair colored to be basically the longer version of the last blonde brown that I had in my hair. So we did accomplish that, and so a lot of the blonde is on the bottom. And if I could go back now, I probably would have wanted more of the blonde towards the face, but it is darker up closer to my face. But we did do the blonde more so on the inside and pretty much in the back. So that's where you really, really see the blonde. But I can say that this wig did hold up from being dyed. I thought maybe when I dyed it, especially doing a blonde, a level of blonde, that it was going to either tangle the hair, make the hair feel nasty, or make it look dry. And it literally, I don't know if it's just what my hairstylist uses. By the way, I didn't mention that, but I did take it back to my hairstylist that dyed my previous weave the blonde brown color. And she did this for me as well. The hair still feels super soft. It does tangle every now and then, but that's probably because of how long the hair is. Other than that though, hair feels perfectly fine. I can give them that. The hair is still perfectly intact. My overall experience with ordering this wig, it came super quickly. There was no delays in the shipping. It came within about 5 to 7 days. And it was kind of like when it showed up, I was like, oh, it's here. Like, it was super quick. I wasn't expecting it to get here that fast. But I'm gonna go on a slight little rant here just because I want other people to know, just in case you plan on ordering a higher density. So I ordered, after I got this one and I realized how thin it was, I told myself I was gonna go back and get a 1B, the 1B full lace wig again. Exact same wig, 20 inches, but I was just going to leave it 1B. I wasn't going to dye it, I was just going to leave it as is and just cut the lace and straighten it. So what I did was, I had ordered 150% density with a 20-inch length. Now, it does say on their website, 150 and 180% density comes with an additional 5 to 7 business day production time. So, I ordered, let's say we're in, what, October now? I ordered this wig the end of September. And not this wig, but I ordered the other backup wig that I was going to leave black. I ordered that in mid-September. The first trip that I took, the wig still hadn't showed up, but I told myself, okay, you have a week and a half for this wig to show up. It already said shipping. So what had happened was White Label Hair ended up sending me a they ended up sending me a tracking number. Once I clicked the tracking number, I assumed that the item was on its way. 3 days passed, I clicked the link again for the tracking number and nothing. At that point, I called the post office and I'm like, hey, what's going on? The item's been sitting in Rhode Island for 3-4 days. It hasn't moved, nothing's happened. They proceeded to tell me that White Label basically printed out a label but had not brought the item yet. So that's how the tracking number was generated at that point. So from there, I emailed White Label and said that I felt kind of alarmed because my item was at this point late. And so let's just take a second. So they respond back and tell me about the 5 to 7 days. So they respond back and tell me about the 5 to 7 day production time. So I give them that. Mind you, once it wasn't as if it was super helpful and they were being super nice about it. They were very rude about it, basically telling me in so many words, you should have read on the website. I did read that part on the website. So I gave them the benefit of the doubt, but the way that they delivered the information to me just kind of made me feel like, why would I ever spend my money with you guys again? And prior to getting wigs from them, I had ordered hair from them and was in love with it, got so many compliments on it. And to get that kind of customer service, I just wasn't that happy. So I let the situation go. I assumed that within due time, the item would be shipped out after we spoke. They told me in the email, your item will be shipped out this week, sometime this week. That week goes and comes, the next week goes and comes, and there's no item. So at this point, if you're spending about $300 to $400 on a wig, which is pretty cheap for an Indian hair wig, especially nowadays, wigs can be $1,000. But it's still $300 that you don't want to waste. So at that point, I was tired of dealing with White Label Hair, and I did not want to reach out to the company any further. So being that I paid with PayPal, which I feel like is a good tip that everybody should use, is use PayPal if you can use it when you're spending on big purchases on the internet. PayPal will have your back like nobody else, and they will go and get your money back for you if it's on some legitimate, if it's for a legitimate reason. So mind you, I ordered mid-September. We're reaching into second week of October. Still nothing, no hair, no updated tracking number, but they of course took the money out of my account. So they got their stuff all set. It's just, oh, I have nothing. So at that point, I reach out to PayPal. I explain the situation that, hey, I've spent this amount of money with this company. I have seen nothing from them. I'm getting a little alarmed. PayPal then proceeds to tell me that basically I won't get the item, or I won't get my money back if I end up getting it back until the end of October. So at that point, I'm like, well, PayPal's had my bag before. I trust them. If I have to wait till the end of the month of October, that's fine, as long as I end up getting my money back. Within 2 days, 2 to 3 days of speaking to PayPal, I get a claim from PayPal basically telling me that my money has been refunded from White Label Hair and is in my PayPal account and ready to be transferred over. So one, if they initially were really going to send me the wig and I felt like they actually were going to send it, they wouldn't have given up the fight with PayPal so easily, because they would have wanted to keep their money. But my whole thing is too, was that they didn't really send the wig where they didn't have the wig in stock, and I felt like they were probably trying to get the wig from whatever other buyer that they get the wigs from. Or they were just gonna scam me out of my money. I can't speak for them, but all I can do is say that I feel like it was a shady situation, and then to spend that much money and have them not feel like apologetic or keep giving me updates on the item makes me never want to buy from them again. So after this wig, which I do like, I will never purchase anything from them, whether it's bundles, a frontal, a closure, nothing. If somebody else wants to take their chance, the hair is great. I can't knock the hair. As far as the customer service, it's crappy customer service. Recommend this wig to somebody? Yes, probably for somebody that's going for a shorter cut and not somebody that is trying to get long hair. When I think of long bone straight hair, I want it to be thick and not too thick to where it takes you too long to straighten it, but I still want it to be thick. This is very thin for me, and this almost feels like maybe 3 bundles, if that. And usually when I do straight, I do 4 bundles, as I've mentioned to you guys. All of that being said, that concludes my White Label Hair full lace wig review. And I want to thank you guys as usual for watching. Stay tuned for more hair reviews that are coming soon. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!